If you're a woman over 50, maybe you're going to be, maybe you know someone who is, this is a very, very special episode just for you. And I am joined by a very good friend, Carla Gardner, who helps women over 50, dot, dot, dot. I'm going to let her fill that in. But times are changing, right? We think as a woman over 50, we're ready to settle in and collect our retirement or our pension. And boy, that is not the case anymore. Welcome to the Life by Design podcast. I'm your host, Kim Ward, a certified master life and business coach, NLP practitioner, and your guide to building a life and business that you absolutely love. Here, we're all about empowering family-focused entrepreneurs to design a leveraged business that supports your dreams, your values, and most importantly, your family. Each episode, we'll dive into practical strategies, mindset shifts, and powerful insights to help you create unstoppable momentum and lasting success without sacrificing what matters most. Whether you're looking to grow your business or get unstuck or align your goals with your lifestyle, you're in the right place. So let's get intentional, let's get inspired, and let's design a life you love by design. Let's dive in. Carla, welcome to the Life by Design podcast.
Thank you. No, it sure is not. The goal, excuse my voice, I'm coming back from a virus, but hubby and I joke, Grandma and Grandpa lied to us. They said the golden years were awesome. Well, no, they're not. When a dozen eggs is $10 and hubby's pension, the mill lied to him. After 40 years, the man was sick one time. 40 years. He always sold back his vacation time because we couldn't afford to take a vacation. 40 years, his pension. I want you to guess, Miss Kim, how much is Rich's pension?
Well, it's pretty bad. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. My Rich's pension, are you ready for this? $200 a month. Dead serious. $200 a month for a dedicated man, 40 years.
People on Social Security get more than that.
Well, we get Social Security too, but this is the actual pension.
Good Lord.
Yeah, we always joke back and forth because it's like, well, what bill do you want to pay with your 40-year pension? And it's not funny.
No.
As if men don't already have low self-esteem at these jobs, that was
Yes.
just a slap in the face,
I totally get it.
And me being self-employed for the last 20 years, I don't have retirement either.
Yeah.
And so, good thing, I like working. I like people. I have so many life experiences, but then what do you do with that?
Right.
And working in the online world, it's fun. You meet people, you make great new friends from all over the world.
Yeah.
Not just your little town anymore.
So how is it as a woman over 50 in the digital space, honestly?
Okay, you said honestly, right?
Yeah, the real, the raw, the ugly, the good.
Okay, all right. I was never a good student in traditional school, but I like learning. Back in 2009, when Facebook entered my life and I discovered the internet and what a blog was, I will never forget. And I don't want one woman, not one, to feel dumb for asking questions, because what I'm about to tell you is the truth. I had to go ask my high school daughter, what is a blog? And she laughed at me.
Yes, of course, of course.
I said, don't laugh at me. I taught you how to walk and eat. And she said, Mom, it's like a diary. And the words that came out of my mouth were my grandma's. I said, well, that's stupid. Why don't they call it a diary? And she said, because it's online.
That's some funny stuff. That's
So
some funny stuff.
yeah, so that was how I got started, is was introduced because at the time I wanted to promote. I had some network marketing products I wanted to promote, and I thought, oh, this will be easy to just write about it. I have this real strong ability to sell things. And it's an art to learn to sell things in writing, in storytelling. And it took me a long time, but it doesn't have to. What I've learned in the last year, I wish I knew back then. It, uh, but back then, I started by building my own blog from the ground up.
That's some technical stuff.
Yeah, and there were a lot of late nights, a lot of tears, a lot of throwing things. And it's like this technology is supposed to save time, and it's not.
Sure.
And that was during the dial-up days when the internet would crash and you would lose everything you'd already worked on. Oh, it was a trip. But today the tools are so much easier. There's pre-built websites. You don't even need a website. For me, the key has been number one, have a dream, have a goal, and don't ever quit. The next thing is to find the right coach. And what do I mean by that? Well, I've paid I've paid three coaches over $10,000 each. And it wasn't until the last coach that it clicked. And the reason it clicked is this. This is a weird analogy, but it's like choosing a doctor.
Mhm.
You have to interview them to find out, do they have what you need, or do they have their own agenda?
I am so glad you said that. I'm going to derail us for a quick second. And I don't know why this happened. We're going through some personal health stuff with my dad right now, and it's just really making me reflect and look through a different lens at life and things. And I was driving down the road and I looked at this house that was just built and I said, this is going to sound so crazy. But I thought, how do people decide what builder they're going to hire to build their home? Because I've heard some massive, massive horror stories. And I thought, without going to a website to see testimonials or previous work or speaking to people who have firsthand experience in dealing with this human, you could literally be hiring a shyster to build your home and not know it and lose all of your money. And it's just so wild. I was like, how am I going to use that analogy in business? But as soon as you said that, I was like, you're not kidding. When you look for a mentor, a guide, a coach, that interview process is like so critical.
And there's so many facets to that statement.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, what do they know? How do they teach? Are your personalities going to mesh? I mean, at 68, I still cannot just sit down for 5 minutes and have a conversation and go, yep, that's the one. It doesn't happen like that for me. It's over time interacting with that person. And this is really raw. And I'm just going to say it because it has to be said. People can fake a lot of stuff.
Yep.
And they can be, they, how do I want to say that? They can pretend to act a certain way for a certain amount of time, but at some point, something will catch your ear and you'll be like, that doesn't seem right. That isn't what you said day before yesterday. And so then the real person starts to come out, but then you're hooked into this year-long contract and all this money, and you walk away with nothing
Is that what happened to you?
twice.
Wow.
Now, I didn't walk away, and I'll be honest, I got a little bit of something out of each one, like learning what I didn't want to do next time,
Yeah.
or I discovered who I am and who I'm not, what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do, what type of person I want to work with and what I absolutely won't. And it's because they're like crooks or something like that. It's just, they just don't have what I wanted, what I needed at the time. And so when I found you, it was a natural progression through different types of coaching. And when that worked for me, it only made sense to like take me all the way to the finish line, please.
I love it. I have another client who says having the good coach, that person that you just said that it's like, yes, we can do this. She's like, it's like finding a good massage therapist. Why would I go find someone else and work someone else when this person knows what muscles and what, things to do? And I say, that's really a good analogy. I never thought of it like that. But something you said, Carla, made me really kind of look at digital marketing and social media. And one word that came to me was a facade. We could be very good about putting on a facade and performing instead of being authentic. And I think that's one thing that not only do you lead by example, but helping women over 50 with their authenticity so that if you are looking to build a business, if you're looking to grow an existing business, you are a good coach for them, a good mentor for them. And I know you don't want to call yourself a coach, but I don't mean there's an exchange of money and now I'm going to help you get to where you are. But when we give someone good feedback or at a girl, right? That's what a good coach does too. So in a sense, you are coaching them through their journey by providing feedback and offering your support and high-fiving them, when they need it.
The one thing I wish, looking back, I wish I had had a me, somebody, somebody who's gone before you that has made all the mistakes that are possible to make. Like with our kids, we don't want our kids to make the same mistakes we've made, right? Go make new ones. So if if I can say, before you make that decision, here are some other alternatives. Consider all the options before you make a choice, then make your choice.
Yep.
I wish I'd had that as I was going through my journey. And that's what I do, is I'm a resource guide.
I was thinking that actually when you were talking about even going back to the blog and they're like, what is this? By definition, I'm actually a millennial. That would surprise a lot of people because I don't act like a millennial, but I'm in that generation of I grew up with computers, but I still have a good solid work ethic and all the good things from the other generation. But when hashtags came out, I was baffled. I was like, what is this? I don't get it. Why do we use it? How do we use it? Why? Like I never understood hashtags. So you going through those bumps and bruises and hiring coaches and working with people, you've kind of taken a beating, if you will, along the way so that you can look at other women over 50 and say, hey, I've done the things. Let me assist you and help you close that gap from where you are now to where you want to be. And that's what I love. That's one of the things I love about you, because we're in a day and age where there is no age where it's comfortable to retire anymore. There's no age where you can't benefit from an extra income stream. And that's really such a sweet spot, because you have your toes dipped in affiliate marketing as well as, the digital realm. So you're this hybrid for these women and helping them make those choices based on your own experience. But now you also have the skill set to back it up as well.
Mhm.
A beautiful combination.
I think a lot of women, no matter what age, don't give themselves enough credit for what they really know. You think, oh, I don't know that. But yet, have a friend sit down and say, I need help with this. Do you know how? And you can walk her straight through it. It's like, oh my gosh, I do know more than I thought I knew.
Yes. So I really want to know, how do you assist these women when they're like, wow, I like her energy. I like what she's saying. How do I work with her? What does she do with me?
So the first thing would be to go to my link tree and get on my newsletter. I
Awesome.
share tons of valuable information, fun story. It's not always business. I'm pretty snarky. And so
That's another thing I love about you, by the way.
a girlfriend, I didn't used to be this way. I used to be very sober, but kind of like those old time pictures you see. And she said, my gosh, would you lighten up? And she would just give me crap all the time until finally she had me laughing and I peed my pants. It was over. So then she taught me the art of being snarky.
Oh,
And it's a lot of fun. You can do serious business and make money and still be crazy.
oh, so that's why you chose me as your business coach. We're going to put a link for Depends in the show notes here, ladies, because Carla and I have shared stories about peeing our pants a little more than we probably should.
Oh man. And I mean it happens. And if you're our age,
Yeah,
you've experienced it. Don't deny
that's right. That's right.
it.
Just a sneeze will do it.
Oh man.
Yeah, I want to ask you, what's your favorite thing about what you do?
Is is really watching someone else take what I've shown them, what I think is the simplest of things, but it's like overwhelming for them, and they succeed, and they like, that shout that you're like, oh my God, I did it for the first time.
Yes.
That,
Awesome.
that is the best part. And I do this for money, right? But money comes and goes. It kind of goes more than it comes, sometimes. But yeah, it's the interaction with women who are going the direction you're going and need help, and they don't have a bazillion dollars or the time to
Yeah.
waste to get there. And that was my big deal, and why when I chose you, it's like I've been doing this now for 20 years. Come to reckoning, meeting with hubby, he's like, how long are you going to keep doing this? You've been doing it for 20 years and you're no further. But that's not true. I am further. My knowledge is like
Yeah.
compared to when I started. But he was talking about the bank account. And I said, this is my year. It's all going to come together this year. I don't have another 20 years. Well, put it this way, I have another 20 years. I don't want it to take another 20 years.
Yeah.
And I know there are women out there. I've met some phenomenal women who are 10 years my senior, who are just starting their journey.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I've had clients come to me in their 80s, and I'm not talking young 80s. I had an 88-year-old client. She's like, I'm healthy. I'm of sound mind. Let's do this. Like, what the
Yeah.
heck? Why would we not? There's no number that dictates what you're capable of and what you're going to do with your life.
Well, so in the day of my grandma, and women of our age will know this and you'll relate. General Hospital's off the air.
Yes, it is. So is the
So
young and the restless and all the rest of them.
they're gone. So what are you going to do in the afternoon? Sit down and pin.
That's right, baby. That's right. So what would you say to a woman over 50? She's like, I'm spunky. I've got it in me. You know, I don't know what this means for me, but I know I want more.
Let's have a conversation. No ulterior motive. Let's get to know one another. Let me see what I see in you. Let me see what gets you excited. Let me see what would get you up out of bed in the morning. I'll make some recommendations and you decide.
I love it.
I know people that I can point you to. I know programs I can point you to.
I'm your business coach and you've pointed me to programs. I mean, come on.
I
I
know
love how much of a resource you are for others. And I mean that. That's why I asked you out, to be a guest on this podcast, because you are a great resource. And it's incredible to see how you're able to take, their vision and their desires and their goals. Like, what do you want to accomplish? You want to shed some time on the tasks that you're already doing, or do you want to make some more money? Let me show you how to kind of fast track that, if you will, without losing your sanity. And I absolutely love that. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and put the link to your link tree in the show notes. Friends, like I said, you're going to want to meet this woman. You're going to want to know this woman, especially as a woman over 50, right? She's figured it out. She's done the hard work for you so that she can be a great guide and a great conduit. And so whether you're booking a call with Carla, the link is right on her link tree, but you want to absolutely get on her newsletter, because General Hospital might not be in business, but Carla Gardner's emails are like a soap opera and they're pretty fun to read.
Yeah, I'll leave that there.
Okay. Okay. Carla, thank you so much, my friend. This was awesome. It was so much fun chatting with you. Any final words of wisdom, or,
You're never too old. There's not a good reason not to want to get up and help another human on this planet do whatever. You need more friends. You need more money. Even if I had a friend say this the other day, I don't need money. Great. Then use the extra money that you earn and donate it to the church, donate it to the women's refuge. There's a lot of hungry kids. Matter of fact, one thing I love to do, go down to the local school and pay for 5 kids lunches for a year.
I love that. I love that.
There's so much. The world needs more love. And they need you. So let's go do it together.
Oh, so good. You see why I love this woman? Thank you so much for your time, your knowledge, and for your heart. I mean, I'm a big fan. And if you're still here listening, I'm assuming you are already stalking Carla. You've gotten on her newsletter. Go ahead and book a call. She doesn't bite. And if she does, it's not hard. I mean, Carla, thank you so much. And we'll definitely have to have you out again. And hey, before you go, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. And as always, friends don't let friends grow and develop alone. So share this episode with someone you love and care about. We'll see you in the next episode.